Good morning. It is 7:21. It is Wednesday morning, March 14th, 2018, Pi Day, 314.
Yeah.
I don't know who started that, but it's there you go. Where's my temperature here? I'm looking at the wrong page here. Where's my temperature? Oh, hey, come on. Where's my temperature? 44 degrees. Wake up! 44 degrees here at the studios. We are broadcasting live from the Paddock Mall just outside the WOCA commissary, where you too can get a pizza and a soda. Yeah. Slice and a Coke. 67 is the expected high today. Mostly sunny skies. 35 the expected low tonight. Don't put the blankets away yet. Tomorrow a little bit warmer, and then Friday a little bit warmer than that. Saturday and Sunday look about normal. 81 degrees, 82 degrees respectively, and no rain mentioned until Tuesday. So there you go. Good morning, Robin. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Got a good show here.
Nice.
7:35, we will have our informal delivery of the news. We will have phone calls and coffee and, we don't do food anymore. So
No, we don't.
we used to do food, but you could hear
That's
us
right.
eating on the air, and it just sounded so nasty. It just wasn't good.
No, it was not. It was not polite at all.
I heard sometimes we've had chefs coming into the studio with their food, and they want you to eat while you're talking.
Yeah.
It's a little difficult. So we'll have the phone lines open. There are things to talk about. Today's the walkout day, by the way, for the kids in schools. I don't know who's doing it, who's allowed to do it. I don't know any of that stuff. All I know is that's what's in the news, and it's a national thing.
And it's spring break.
Well, yeah, here in Ocala, I guess it's kind of a moot point, isn't it?
Yeah. Tallahassee, it's spring break. My nephew goes to Tallahassee. It's spring break.
Yeah, so I think Ocala, we were doing it a month from today. Is that
in
right?
April, yeah. Yep.
Let's see. Galen will be on with us at 8:05. Oh, my gosh, I found this interesting article about the caves in Ocala, and it kind of took me down a rabbit hole. Boy, that was a cave to a rabbit hole. Did you know in the mid-1930s, some Ocala kids found a couple of sinkholes that led to some caves?
Ooh.
Devil's Pit, by Forest High, what now is Forest High School. It wasn't back then. Over here on 200, Waldo's Cave, by the Days Inn.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever hear about these places?
I have not, no.
Well, I'm going to tell you about these caves. Now, these are not the kind of caves like Luray Caverns where you can just, hey, I'd like to see the cave. Well, come on in. Here's your ticket and pay your money and you go in. No, these are caves that you have to be a real spelunker to go into because these require a little bit of skill and help, like lighting and stuff like that.
There you go.
But anyway, the Brick City Adventure Park on Lake Waravena still has a gate there, and I guess sometimes they do open it up if you want to go into that cave.
Nice.
And in just to make it better, I have other caves in Florida and other caves in this country that you can actually visit. So, and I think of all the ones that I ever went to, I think I went to two of them. One is the one in Lookout Mountain.
Uh-huh.
There's oh gosh, what was it called again? I can't remember what that one was called. In Chattanooga, and then the other one was Luray Caverns. That was when I was a kid. Is that Virginia? I can't remember, but I have it all. I have it all written down. I just need to be looking at it and looking forward to talking about caves. Spelunking, amateur and otherwise. I don't know if anybody gets paid to go spelunking.
I think so. I think some people do to explore.
Yeah, they get paid.
If some people
job?
get paid to explore, I think so.
No,
yeah.
I didn't know. I'm just what I'm saying.
I'm just thinking.
I wonder
about
how much
that.
it pays. I need a spelunker for hire. Nadine Joy is coming out at 9 to 5. Nadine is an accomplished life and business coach, a parenting coach, a jewelry designer. That's probably the part that pays the real bills. Uncover Your Purpose is the title of her book. Heal and share your gifts with the world. All right, it's nice. Charlie Harrowy. Oh, Harrowy. How do you say that, Robin?
Harrowy.
Harrowy.
Yeah, Harrowy.
That's a hard word to say.
Harrowy, I'm pretty sure, but we'll find out.
He's an attorney. He's going to sue me for saying his name wrong. He's got a book called Unlocking Greatness, The Unexpected Journey from the Life You Have to the Life You Want. Oh, almost goes. It's so funny how sometimes we have guests that have a similar topic as other guests, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And it's not planned, not at all.
Sue Matthews. Well, not by us. Maybe God has a plan
I think
for
so.
this show. Sue Matthews is the president of the Taylor Matthews Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to raising awareness and funding pediatric cancer research. She's the mother of Taylor, who was diagnosed with cancer at the age of 11 and lost his battle when he was 16. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, the book is called Paint Your Hair Blue, a celebration of life with hope for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Paint me blue.
In the face of pediatric cancer.
Yeah, that's a tough one. All right, Hector McDonald, an expert in business storytelling and speaking on the radio. The book is called Truth, How the Many Sides to Every Story Shape Our Reality. Well, yes. All right, next, Dr. Matthew Stern and Steve DeWitt are going to be talking to us about Parkinson's disease. Live well, do tell. Live well, do tell.
Live well, do tell.
And then Danielle Postel-Vinay is a researcher and a humorist. I hope I have a voice by the time we get to that point. Home Sweet Maison, the French art
Maison.
French art, Maison. Home Sweet Maison, the French art of making a home. The French art of making a home.
I tried this last night.
What do you mean?
When I did my laundry, I tried one of her secrets, and she has it nailed. Let me tell you.
Tell me what it was.
You know those sheets that are fitted.
Yeah.
You know, and like when you pull them out of the dryer, I just wad them up in a ball and throw them in the closet because who can fold those sheets, right?
Right.
Well, she tells you how to fold it perfectly. And I tried it last night, and boy, does it work.
Really?
Yes, silly me. What a keen observation she had. It's like, yes.
Well, how? Can you tell us?
There are so many
Or do you have
things.
to see a picture?
No. You hold no. There are no pictures, just words. You hold the sheet, the top part of the sheet towards you.
The top part towards you. Okay.
The pretty part, not the
pretty part.
The pretty part that goes on the top.
Okay.
You hold it towards you.
Yeah.
Then you pull the two seams out of the round, crinkly things.
Yeah.
You pull them out straight, and then you fold them, and then you take those two that are folded and go to the bottom, and then you pull those other two seams out, and then you cross them, and then you fold them, and it's beautiful. It's flat. There's no lump in there.
Do you remember that?
This is great. I love this book.
Do you remember that video?
Other things in
Do you remember that video of that German Shepherd that somebody did a voiceover, and every time the guy would ask him something, the dog would go, "Yeah, yeah." That's what I just felt like. Yeah. And then what? And is there a cookie? Is there a cookie in this somewhere for me? Yeah. And then what happened? All right, we are up against our break. Let's take that break. The phone lines will be open in about 3.5 minutes. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. A special election in western Pennsylvania is too close to call yet. The Democrat Connor Lamb leading by fewer than 600 votes with more than 1,000 absentee ballots to be counted. He declared victory, though.
It took a little longer than we thought, but we did it.
The Republican Rick Saccone says it's not over, thanking supporters.
He never gave up. He never gave up on us. He never gave up on me.
This was a Republican seat. Tim Murphy resigned, accused of asking a woman he'd been seeing to have an abortion. Kids around the country plan to walk out of school today for 17 minutes, one for each person killed in the school shooting in Florida last month. Suzanne Cohen went to that high school, now president of the Teachers Union in Portland, Oregon. She supports the walkout.
The alternative is complacency and some pretty extreme violence that we're seeing. So I think it's time.
The walkout scheduled for 10 a.m. in each time zone. Fox News. We report, you decide.
When you're hiring, you don't want to sort through dozens of irrelevant resumes. You want a short list of qualified candidates. That's why you need Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions. Then zero in on qualified candidates using an intuitive online dashboard. Daryl has hired with Indeed.
Nothing has been this simple, this easy, and this effective.
Discover why 3 million businesses use Indeed for hiring. Post a job today at Indeed.com/hire. Search for greatness. Search Indeed.
Pros in the know start with Lowe's because Lowe's saves pros money every day. And this week we're saving pros even more during our Pro Spring Black Friday event. Look for special savings on the tool brands you trust and the building supplies you need. Plus, save 5% on every purchase every day when you use your Lowe's Business Credit Card. So, Pro, now that you know, let's get started. See the Lowe's Pro Desk for more details. Offer subject to credit approval. Can't be combined with other credit offers. Exclusions apply. U.S. only.
Now is the time to get that yard in shape for spring, and that means it's time to go see Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. This place is absolutely crammed full of fabulous deals for your yard or garden, starting with a huge selection of Gerber daisies. More colors than you've ever seen, now only $2.99. And camellias, Bob's got them. Many are budded and blooming right now. Prices starting at just $9.99 for Bob's own brand, Heirloom Camellias. Spring veggies, all you can imagine, still just $3.49 for the jumbo 4-pack. And Bob's famous dogwood azaleas are flying out the door for just $2.99. Visit their new and redone greenhouse for more bargains at 20% off. Special spring hours, daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala. Homegrown, locally owned, same location since 1952.
Here is your 1-minute news brief from the source WOCA. Prosecutors intend to seek the death penalty for the 19-year-old former student charged with killing 17 people at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland. A group that has labeled themselves as progressive-minded women's rights activists say they are frustrated with the Florida legislature's failure to pass a sexual harassment measure that would have outlawed unwanted sexual advances by lawmakers, lobbyists, and staff members. A Hernando County woman is accused of leaving 4 dogs to die inside a house after Hurricane Irma. Ocala police have begun live-action shooter training courses for its officers to help prepare officers for real-life scenarios. An Ocala seafood restaurant on South Pine was shut down last week after a dead rat was found in the kitchen, along with other violations. The restaurant has been allowed to reopen after correcting the problems. And a groundbreaking ceremony for the downtown Ocala Hotel will be held at 9:30 a.m. on March 23rd. And that is your news brief from the source.
You know how frogs are so hoppy? It's because they don't smoke or have COPD, otherwise they would be flip-floppy. If you want to quit smoking to prevent yourself from croaking, come to A Better You for a good acupuncture poking. Call me, Dr. Erica Olstein, with A Better You Healthcare to stop smoking today at 352-615-5566. 352-615-5566.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front-end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Gene is a proud United States veteran.
If you find an animal or a bird that needs help, call Animus Foundation at 352-843-6379. They will come and get the animal if you can't take it to them. High school students and those with court-ordered community service can earn required hours in this rewarding environment. And veterans who share a bond with animals and parents who have been through mental or physical trauma are especially welcomed. Families, clubs, and tourists can arrange for tours of Animus without driving for hours or miles. Consider volunteering. Animus needs you.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
All right, 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning. Phone lines are open. The number is 622-9622. The area code is 352. If you want to call in, this is our informal 25 minutes. It's the best time of day for you to get on the air to express your thoughts on things happening. And so let's begin the begin. What's that song? Begin the begin?
Yes.
Today is the day that students across the country are going to walk out of school. Mm-hmm. It is, I don't know, it's a mixed bag of permission. Some schools are saying okay, some schools are saying nope, you're going to be reprimanded for skipping class. But anyway, the kids only want to be out for 17 minutes. 1 minute for each of the victims who died 1 month ago today down in Portland. This is a national event that all high schools say they will be doing. Not the schools themselves, but the students. I guess it was organized by somebody in Michigan, right? Does that sound right?
I think so. I think it was.
I think I saw that somewhere. That's not in my story here, just remembering it. But anyway, so they're going to do it at 10 a.m. So if you have class at 10 a.m. and the classroom looks empty, that's why. I hear the political rhetoric, that's a good word, I guess, regarding this. You know, some are saying this is the kids wanting gun control and blah, blah, blah. They say whatever they want to say. I think it's the kids wanting something done to protect them. Simple as that.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you think is the best idea to protect our children is the thing we should be doing. That, to me, is what makes sense. And if you have an idea, then step back a second and look at your idea and ask yourself this: will my school be safer if we do fill in the blank? Will my school be safer if we have an extra officer on duty? I don't know. Will my school be safer if the teachers are allowed to have guns? I don't know. Will my school be safer if certain weapons are made illegal? That's a hard one because everybody knows that when it's illegal, it's still there. It's just not legal.
Yeah, exactly.
And somebody who's going to be shooting people doesn't really care about the law a whole lot. So that's the problem with that one, and I don't see why they don't see that. But
yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so that's that one. Today's 3/14, Pi Day.
Yep.
For what it's worth, it's the number pi. What is the number pi actually used for?
Math.
Well, I knew that much.
Oh, okay.
I mean, is it used for deciphering the circumference of a circle or something?
I can't remember. I think you're right, though. You're pretty smart. You know that stuff.
I don't know. I forget.
I can't remember.
Somebody who is very smart or was very smart, physicist Stephen Hawking, passed away.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he was 76 years old. Lots of accolades and memorials, I should say, on Facebook and Twitter this morning. Tributes poured in after world-renowned physicist Stephen Hawking died at the age of 76. He was born in Oxford, England, graduated from Oxford University and later Cambridge University, eventually making it up to the Lucasian Professor of Mathematics position in 1979.
Passed away on Pi Day.
Yeah, that's interesting, huh?
Very.
Hawking made remarkable strides in understanding black holes and the origin of the universe. For decades, he was confined to a wheelchair. I'm sure you know that. By a form of Lou Gehrig's disease. I always forget how to say this. Amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. I guess that's right.
Yeah, ALS for short, right?
Yeah. Anyway, he was an amazing guy. You know, he said some controversial things. He went back and forth a little bit regarding a belief in God or an intelligence behind design.
Yeah.
Of the universe. So it's an interesting argument when you have somebody who is absolutely sure that they're sure.
Yeah.
And I always wonder about that. Yeah, I'm sure that I'm sure.
Exactly.
Toys R Us. Let's see, may head to court today with a plan to liquidate the toy retailer, which has been struggling because they're competing with Amazon and other online sources. Filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy back in September. They had hoped to be able to restructure and emerge as a new company, but Christmas season wasn't as good as they thought it would be. And so today might be the beginning of the end for a store that was very much a favorite for my son when he was little.
Oh, yeah.
And me, even as a dad, I used to love going in there.
Yeah.
Where are you going to go now?
Yeah,
Huh?
exactly. It's magical. Toys R Us, the whole toy store, you know.
See, I would walk down the sports aisle, and everybody thinks I don't like sports, but I kind of like that aisle.
Uh-huh.
I just liked it. I liked the balls.
You got to play with stuff, too.
Kind of fun. I just you look at stuff, say, I don't really know the rules for these games, but I just like playing with them, like throwing them back and forth, bouncing them.
I just don't get it, though, because the retailers say the Christmas season, but you go by the stores and they're packed with cars. You have news reports, they're packed with cars. And in the, toward the end of the year, they say this is the best Christmas season ever. And now when they're liquidating, they're saying, oh, no, it wasn't a good season.
Well,
it's just, it's a semantics on paper. That's all it is.
Well, that's what you say, but Toys R Us, I'm sure they're telling you the truth about their own business. Maybe in general, in the country, maybe, because people were buying toys, but maybe not from Toys R Us. Was Toys R Us more expensive? I have a Toys R Us story real quickly.
No. I have to say no, because I bought a lot of things there.
So what fell down first? Do you know what it was? FAO Schwartz.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, my gosh. Can I tell you my FAO Schwartz story? I know you know this story. So FAO Schwartz was, I don't know if it was originally only in New York, but it was a New York toy store. And it was in a couple of movies. So it was this famous toy store. And all the hoity-toity people wanted to go buy their toys at FAO Schwartz.
Yeah, they had a race car there for $3,000 when I went.
Including my friend's wife. Okay. So there was a Toys R Us on Long Island, and we went into Manhattan to Toys R Us to get this wooden train set. A wooden train set at FAO Schwartz. We found the exact same toy set in Toys R Us for like way cheaper. Okay. So, he's divorced from her now. And I don't talk to them anymore anyway. But I got to tell you something. I'm going to confess to something. We went into FAO Schwartz, and that wooden toy set was unbelievable. So we said to the lady at the FAO Schwartz, we don't really want to buy anything, but can we just have one of the bags? Sure. So we got an FAO Schwartz bag. We went back to Long Island. We bought the same, what do you call it, wooden train. Put it in the freaking bag and brought it to his wife. Oh, she was so happy. We got a toy from FAO Schwartz. This is the craziest thing. It saved so much money.
Wow. Yeah, it was all about status for her.
Well, and it was about price for us because, hey, money's,
Well, sure. You pay $100 in one store, FAO Schwartz, you're paying $500. So it was a lot of money. I mean, I thought, I took the children, TJ and Shannon, in that store. We didn't buy anything. We saw that one electric race car. It was $3,000 that you sit in, and you just kind of, it moves.
I love New York City, but I don't understand the prices. When we went back in Thanksgiving, we went to this place. We had 2 grilled cheese sandwiches.
And 4 deviled eggs.
And 4 deviled eggs. And the bill was $100.
Yeah.
We had a couple of sodas, too.
Yeah, we had a guest with us, and that's where she...
Yeah, but she didn't even eat.
No, she had 4 deviled eggs.
Oh, that's right. She had the deviled eggs.
Yeah, you and I had a grilled cheese.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. That's where she picked. It's like, oh my gosh, there goes our budget.
It was a mall. It was a vertical mall over by Columbus Circle.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, just...
Yep.
When you have a menu with no prices on it, you say, forget it. This is too much money.
Yeah, so...
Go to Long Island. It's cheaper. Go to New Jersey. It's even cheaper than Long Island.
Exactly. It's real prices.
All right. Go to Ocala. It's really good. Really, I get a grilled cheese here for a couple of dollars.
That's right.
I get a slice of pizza and a Coke right here in the mall for $4.
Exactly. That's a great price. Sparrows.
That's not even real news, is it? How close are we to Friday? The closer we get to Friday, the less I worry about real news. Good morning. You're on the air.
Morning, guys.
Hello, Hugh.
Jake, you're talking about prices and stuff. Like, I was fortunate enough to visit Paris, France here a few years back, and you talk about the wife and I. We stopped at one of those outside cafes, really nice, and Eiffel Tower in the distance, and a whole ball of wax. She had a sandwich, and I had a beer, and that's all we had. You're talking $23.
Wow.
American,
Yes.
And it was ridiculous. And it was nice being there, visiting there, but I was glad to get the heck out of there.
It sounds like Disney.
You're talking about Toys R Us, and it's with all this online shopping, and we're just as guilty as everybody. Linda does, I would say, probably 90% of Christmas shopping, any kind of shopping online, not only because it's easier, it's cheaper, but it's convenient because mostly it's free delivery. And I'm afraid you're going to see stores like the next one they're going to hit. They're going to be like Sears and if Sears pulls out a paddock, well, that's going to be the start of something not too good there.
Yeah, we'll be the last one here. We'll be,
Like we were at the Cascades.
It'll be just like what happened at the Cascades. Yeah, everybody's gone. It's all government offices, and we will last minute. Yeah.
You'll be able to roller skate and do whatever you want down the aisles without running into anybody, you know.
Yeah.
But it looks like that's going to be what's going to be in our future, because I know shopping was down again this year, even with Trump's economy going goofy, because everybody is going to that online shopping. It's just the days of going to see Santa Claus and the mall and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be far and few between.
Yeah, you have a virtual meeting with Santa Claus.
Yeah.
He'll be on your screen. Hello.
Exactly.
Have you been naughty?
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, have a good day. Have a good day, you guys.
But the thing is this: when you went to Toys R Us, and the reason why I don't blame myself, because I don't have any little children. But if I had a little child, I think I probably would go to the store instead of just going online, because then then it's a tactile experience. You can touch the stuff, etc. Right?
Exactly. The children loved it. It was great.
All right, another story
Walking
that's
catalog.
not going to break your day. It's on the good news part of this, I guess, unless you don't like buildings.
People have a phobia.
That hotel that we've been told about in the downtown Ocala area will have a groundbreaking on March 23rd.
Oh, okay. I thought they already did that.
It's going to be the Hilton Garden Inn. It'll be March 23rd, 9:30 a.m. They expect it to take a little over a year and a half for the thing to be done. It'll be sitting on the piece of property that used to be the place where the Chamber of Commerce sat. If you don't know where that is, it's the block east of the block where the gazebo is.
Yes.
And it's going to be a 90-room hotel. And I think there's a business part of this as well. I think the hotel is half of the block, or 2/3 of the block. I guess the parking would be the parking garage then, huh?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep, they'll have a lot of if it's 90 rooms, they'll probably have 100 parking spaces out of the 400 reserved just for the hotel.
Yeah, probably.
That no local people can use.
So it's a 5-story building. Five stores.
Wow.
How big is the old bank? How big is that?
Is that like eight?
Yeah, it's about so.
So it's getting there.
So it'll be the tallest building in Ocala? In downtown? Well, whatever.
Yeah, I think so. Well, good for them.
Let's see. Ocala police have begun the live action shooter training courses. Let's hope none of our officers ever have to be involved in any of this stuff, but they will. People are not nice. Yesterday we saw the aftermath of an accident. A car on 200 was upside down. I don't know any of the stars behind it. I didn't see anything in the newspaper about it. I don't know who was injured or anything about it. All I know is, how does that happen?
Exactly.
On the interstate, I maybe can understand it. You're going 70 miles an hour, something goes awry, you could flip. But how do you flip a car when your miles per hour should be between 45 and 50?
Yeah.
The speed limit is 50. When it's crowded, 50 is kind of fast when you've got bumper to bumper, I think.
Yeah.
But nobody else thinks that. I'm the only one who thinks that.
No, and I saw a car flipped over on my way to church one Sunday in this a public shopping center on the east side of 200, where that Subway is that you went there for Christmas. And there's a median in there, so you go one way and then the line, the lane goes the other way, and there's a median with trees. There was a car flipped over right there. Now, how does that happen? Gee.
A group that has labeled themselves as progressive-minded women's rights activists. That's an interesting self-label, huh?
Yeah.
What are you? I'm a progressive-minded women's rights activist. Say they are frustrated with Florida's legislature's failure to pass a sweeping sexual harassment crackdown measure during the legislative session that just ended up in Tallahassee. So they are basically blaming Republicans.
Yeah, of course.
And now they say they're going to run for office and change things.
Well, good. Well, good. Put your name out there and do it now because elections are coming up soon. Don't just be yappers and talk about it.
A judge ruled Monday that a New Hampshire woman who won a Powerball jackpot worth nearly $560 million can keep her identity private.
Nice.
Judge Charles Temple noted that the case's resolution rested on the state's right to know law, which governs access to public records for the woman. She was identified as Jane Doe in a lawsuit against the New Hampshire Lottery Commission.
Mm-hmm.
If she ever dies in the middle of the street, she'll be down in the morgue with the same name on her toe.
Yes, she will. Yes, she didn't think about that.
She don't care. She got $560 million.
There you go.
Her lawyer, William Shaheen, said she will be able to live her life normally. Shaheen said the woman is from Merrimack, about 25 miles south of Concord, New Hampshire.
Mm-hmm.
The winning ticket was sold at the Reed's Ferry Market in that town for the January 6th drawing.
Everybody in that town knows.
Everybody knows.
They got the Reed's Market.
Hey, Jane, how you doing?
That's right.
How do you know it's me?
They all know. Come on.
Maybe that new house you just bought? You were scrubbing toilets all your life, and all of a sudden you got a new house? Come on. I know you're Jane Doe. Chinese food is so salty it should be carrying a warning label, according to one study.
I was wondering when that was going to happen. Soy sauce is going to be banned from the market.
A new analysis of more than 150 Chinese dishes has found many of them contain such high levels of salt they should carry a warning label. The study authors are calling on policymakers to make health labeling mandatory.
Yeah, that Kiko Man you're going to see new labeling on that one soon.
Kiko Man. 97% contained a hefty 2 grams of salt or more per dish. 58% contained more than 3 grams of salt per dish. More than half of the daily intake recommended by the World Health Organization, which says you should have 5, by the way.
Yeah, I was wondering when they were going to get around to that.
Getting back to the topic of safe schools, Senator Marco Rubio and Senator Bill Nelson, both from 2 different political parties, although these 2 guys typically agree on most things. Yesterday, they called for a quick passage of the anti-school violence bill that focuses on better threat assessment and reporting rather than gun control. The Students, Teachers, and Officers Preventing School Violence Act is what it's called. It was sponsored by Senator Orrin Hatch, a Republican from the state of Utah. The House companion bill, led by Representative John Rutherford, a Republican from here in Florida, is up for a vote this week. The 2 senators from the state of Florida were joined in Washington by student Kyle Kashev of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. 1 month ago today, that school, of course, was in the news because of that horrible incident where 14 children, or 13 children and 1 teacher were killed. More stricter gun controls have been demanded. I truly believe if this act had been in place a month ago, Parkland wouldn't have happened, Kashev said. I don't know. I mean, laws are good. I just feel like somebody who wants to. Now, this kid who did the shooting, he probably wouldn't have because he got the gun legally, from what I understand. But so there's the argument on his side. Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke bristled yesterday under questioning by Democrats about his travel spending as the Trump administration seeks deeper cuts to conservation programs and fee increases at national parks. Zinke testified before a Senate committee about the agency's proposed $11.7 billion budget for 2019. He has proposed doubling entry fees during peak seasons at some of the nation's most popular national parks to help make up for an $11 billion backlog in needed maintenance. Meanwhile, an Interior Advisory Committee has proposed cutting royalty fees paid by energy companies to drill for oil and natural gas in federal waters. The former Navy SEAL flashed with anger when the Energy and Natural Resources Committee's ranking Democrat pressed him on whether he could justify increasing access fees for working Americans when he has been spending taxpayer money on chartered airplane flights.
There you go.
Yeah, good for him.
That's right.
Senator Maria Cantwell of Washington asked Zinke if it was a mistake for him to spend $12,375 on a late-night trip in June from Las Vegas to his home of Montana in a private jet.
$12,000 in a private jet. Yeah. Oh, geez. What an idiot.
Zinke said, well, first, insults and innuendos are misleading. I never took a private jet anywhere. That's what he said. He added that all 3 flights he had taken on private planes as secretary were in aircraft driven by propellers, not jet engines. He also referenced a report last week by the Associated Press that Interior Department is spending nearly $139,000 to upgrade 3 sets of double doors in his office at the agency's headquarters. He said, I resent the fact of your insults. I resent the fact they're misleading. I resent the fact of the doors. The tone of his voice grew sharp. He said, I'll go through line by line to allege that it's a private jet is inappropriate, ma'am. Zinke is one of several members of Trump's cabinet who have been under intense scrutiny for spending on travel and other expenses that critics deemed questionable. Records show he spent more than $53,000 on 3 helicopter trips last summer, including one that allowed him to return to Washington in time to take a horseback ride with Vice President Mike Pence.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And these guys are being paid by taxpayer dollars. They're running our country. Jeez.
I have said this 100 times, 1,000 times. They don't produce anything.
No.
They don't create a product that is bought and sold. They don't create a product. Their job is to represent us, and the way they choose to do that is to create legislation. It doesn't always represent us.
No, it does not.
McDonald's Corporation has been updating with new technology. You've seen some of it here in Ocala. They even offer delivery at the curb. But the chain's experience, the future effort could backfire. Employees are handling more tasks, in many cases, they say, without pay raises or adequate staffing. Lots of fast food employees hop from job to job, but with unemployment so low, turnover is becoming a problem.
Well, certainly, you got to hire more people if you're going to.
They're putting in
have
machines.
Yeah, but the food is delivered to the table by the people, and the food is delivered outside to the parking lot by the people.
Right.
And if they don't have enough people to deliver, that food's going to be cold by the time it gets there, and McDonald's is going to show a decrease in clientele.
You think?
Yep.
Prosecutors intend to seek the death penalty for the 19-year-old that killed 17 people a month ago today.
Good.
What else do we have here? A seafood restaurant on Pine Avenue was shut down earlier this month because the dead rat was found in the kitchen.
Oh, my God. A seafood restaurant on Pine.
Louis Seafood Steak and Oyster Bar.
Oh, okay. Gosh, that's a staple in our community. Well, good. I'm glad.
Well, they opened up the next day. It was closed on March 5th, reopened on March 6th after they corrected the problem.
Oh, okay. Well, that's because they were on vacation for like a month.
Maybe they came back. They said, we're going to have to close this down. There's a dead rat. Oh, let me bury that thing. All right, we'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala.
When you're hiring, you don't want to sort through dozens of irrelevant resumes. You want a short list of qualified candidates. That's why you need Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions. Then zero in on qualified candidates using an intuitive online dashboard. Daryl is hired with Indeed.
Nothing has been this simple, this easy, and this effective.
Discover why 3 million businesses use Indeed for hiring. Post a job today at Indeed.com/hire. Search for greatness. Search Indeed.
Pros in the know start with Lowe's, because Lowe's saves pros money every day. And this week, we're saving pros even more during our Pro Spring Black Friday event. Look for special savings on the tool brands you trust and the building supplies you need. Plus, save 5% on every purchase every day when you use your Lowe's Business Credit Card. So, Pro, now that you know, let's get started. See the Lowe's Pro Desk for more details. Offer subject to credit approval. Can't be combined with other credit offers. Exclusions apply. U.S. only.
Here is your 1-minute news brief from the source WOCA. Prosecutors intend to seek the death penalty for the 19-year-old former student charged with killing 17 people at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland. A group that has labeled themselves as progressive-minded women's rights activists say they are frustrated with the Florida legislature's failure to pass a sexual harassment measure that would have outlawed unwanted sexual advances by lawmakers, lobbyists, and staff members. A Hernando County woman is accused of leaving 4 dogs to die inside a house after Hurricane Irma. Ocala police have begun live-action shooter training courses for its officers to help prepare officers for real-life scenarios. An Ocala seafood restaurant on South Pine was shut down last week after a dead rat was found in the kitchen, along with other violations. The restaurant has been allowed to reopen after correcting the problems. And a groundbreaking ceremony for the downtown Ocala Hotel will be held at 9:30 a.m. on March 23rd. And that is your news brief from The Source.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident on this Wednesday, a nice sunny day, high 67 to 71. Clear and cold Wednesday night, lows in the 30s inland, about 44 along the coast. Sunshine Thursday, the afternoon high 69 to 73. A beautiful day on tap for Friday with sunshine and a high of 73 to 77. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, I'm Russ Moore with Pike Mill. Our relationship with WOCA started in 2009. WOCA is family-friendly, community-involved station. When we moved to our new location on 17th Street in October of 2016, of course, we went to WOCA so they could tell everybody our new location. The folks at WOCA really care about their clients and want them to be successful. For all of your shipping needs, call Pike Mill, and to tell the Ocala area about your business, call WOCA, because WOCA radio gets results.
Well, hello there. Danny Boy here, and I've been suffering from some bad luck lately. I've been sick and weak, and I've even been falling, don't you know? But now I've got to look at the Irish. I'm choosing Palm Garden for my rehab. I may not find a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but I'm lucky to be getting my health back with a wee bit of help from Palm Garden, what gets me home fast. Really, really fast. Visit Palm Garden, located at the corner of Southwest 27th Avenue and 34th Street, right here in Ocala, don't you know?
Embark on a magical night at the Appleton Museum of Art on Saturday, April 14th from 6 till 9 p.m. Follow your book of enchantment around the museum for unicorn carriage rides, magic shows, mermaids, artwork that comes to life, and more. Make mythical art in the art space and enjoy refreshments. Family ticket packages start at $35 for museum members and $50 for non-members. Individual tickets also are available. For details and to purchase tickets, visit appletonmuseum.org. All right, 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center, and today we're going to talk to Galen about spelunking, Robin. Spelunking.
Nice.
Spelunking.
Spelunking.
Good morning, Galen. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Pretty good. I've only been to a couple of caves in my life. Have you done any spelunking?
I mean, I've been through caves. I haven't like gone in and investigated them like a true spelunker. I mean, I just thought, I cave dived one time when I was young, and I realized that's stupid.
Cave dive. Oh, that even sounds, that does sound scary.
Well, you got to be certified for that. You got to be
Absolutely.
certified.
Well, I went with a guide and all that, and the thing is, you can't see anything. There's no fish. That's the ultimate adrenaline junkie who wants to go where nobody's ever been, and that's why so many people die doing it. So,
Well, when you grow up on Long Island, especially the closer to the city, the more likely this is going to be true. There's a lot of drain pipes, and when I was a kid, I crawled through a drain pipe, and I thought it was going to take me to the park, and it took me like under this highway, and the sound of the cars going over, I got scared. I thought it was water. So I was like backing out really quick. It was really tight in there too.
That would have been really bad.
Then when
That would not been.
I guess you didn't have to. You'd have to worry about stalagmites.
No, just who knows what kind of crap was in that thing? Think about germs and
Exactly.
There's some cool stuff. I mean, this is a true rabbit hole for me. I found this story about caves in Ocala. And then I went to caves in Florida, and then I went to caves in the country. And some of these are, tourist attractions like Luray Caverns and the one up in Chattanooga. I can't remember what it's called, but so I thought this would be a fun topic, not necessarily for the local ones because you really have to be a diehard to want to go into these Ocala ones. But I just want to tell you about them. So. You might know somebody. I think Ronnie went to some of these, didn't he?
Yeah, Ronnie went with a newspaper fellow. I can't remember the name of him, but he came up from Miami, and he took him through the caves, and that's where you crawled through it. I mean, you didn't stand or anything. You crawled through it. You had lights. You had to lower yourself down on a rope. I've got pictures of that, and it's really amazing. It wasn't, for the tourists.
So before we do that, how is the blood supply today? How are you doing, first of all, Galen? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm in Savannah.
Savannah. Right, oh my gosh! Yeah. Wow, you get around. What's your favorite place to eat in Savannah?
I've only I pass through Savannah a lot for meetings, and I don't stay here very much, so I don't really have a go-to place yet.
Isn't that a big St. Patrick's Day town?
Huge thing. I think if it was coming here like this Saturday, I wouldn't be able to get a room. But I'll be leaving here today. But yeah.
Can you already tell? I mean, is it already decorated and all that?
I didn't go downtown. It's just like any other city. You stay away from that kind of mess when you're here working.
Yeah. I was there one day. Oh my gosh, I was playing colleges. That's how long ago it was. But there's a school there I played. What's the name of the school there?
Yeah. The Savannah Art Institute's here.
That doesn't ring a bell at all.
The Savannah Art and Design.
Art and Design is there.
Maybe I did. I don't remember the name.
There's a couple. I can't remember the other ones.
So anyway, I was there on that day. They had a big parade, and it was huge. Big deal. I guess it's been that way for a long time. All right, so how is the...
Georgia Southern. Yeah, Georgia Southern is close by here, but... Yeah.
That doesn't ring a bell either. It's been so long, I forget the names of the schools. Well, how is the blood supply?
We're okay. We're still right there at that 3 days, and we just need more of it. So please just give the gift of life and donate blood.
And let's thank Palm Garden of Ocala and Penn Flooring. Last couple of days, I've been waiting till the end to do this. I want to make sure that they are recognized for their sponsorship of this segment. Palm Garden of Ocala, I am absolutely telling you the way I feel. This is not because they sponsor this, but I've been in the building. The people there are so nice, and I really, truly care about the residents. And the park, Palm Garden is... skilled nursing, has skilled nursing. So if you have an older person in your family, don't have to be older, they're just going through some kind of rehabilitative needs, Palm Garden would be my choice if you asked me. I would ask you to take a tour. They're at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. Get them to show you a room. Get them to show you the kitchen and the dining room and the outdoor garden area. It's a beautiful place, beautiful people, and go take a tour. Their website is palmgardenofocala.com. And Penn Flooring can make your home or office more beautiful. If you're living in a cave, you might want to put it on the bottom of the cave. They have a showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street, which, by the way, there's a cave on 17th Street I'm going to tell you about. And so go see the showroom for your flooring needs, and then you'll go home to a nice place instead of living in a cave. Like Fred Flintstone. Even Fred Flintstone didn't live in a cave. He lived in a rock that was carved out somehow.
Exactly. He had bedrooms and curtains.
That must have been hard to do, Galen, to carve out a rock to live in it, don't you think?
Well, I mean, they worked with dinosaurs. I would think that domesticating a dinosaur would be harder than that.
That's funny.
And I mean, the guy was obviously strong. I mean, he was the motor for his own car.
What legs? What legs?
That's right.
All right, so you ready for this? Listen to this.
Okay.
All right, now this is written by a guy named John Cagney Nash. And it says here he is from England originally, but he moved to America, and he made a career for himself writing, about American life. And so one of the places he discovered was called Ocala, Florida. Okay? All right, so here's what it says. It says, much of Florida's bedrock of limestone is riddled with flooded caverns. They form a natural web of pipelines that distribute water, but only around Ocala, where a ridge lifts the limestone above the aquifer and the clay over the bedrock is thin, can you explore drier caves. Did you know that? It was unique to Ocala?
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you, Galen?
Yeah. When you go into the Devil's Den, you'll see you can see how you walk into the caverns and stuff.
Now, that's the one near Forest High School, right?
No, isn't that the one between Bellevue and Ocala? Man, I haven't done it in a long time, so
Okay.
I may be getting the names wrong.
Okay, well, he said,
Yeah.
in his thing, he said there was a cow pasture east of Southeast Merricamp Road, and that's where Forest High School is now. So east of that.
Yeah.
There was a sinkhole that there was some boys in the 1930s.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they went into this sinkhole, which had an opening 20 feet across and 30 feet deep. They went down there, and they found some dead cows, like the carcasses of cows. I guess they fell in there, and nobody knew about them. But they found all kinds of stuff. They went down there. They had to make what do you call them? Torches. They used
Torches.
Kerosene and made their own torches. They went down into the tunnel. And they found sand. There were no footprints in the sand, so making them think they were the only ones who ever went down there. Anyway, it's a cavern, and it's
That is pretty cool.
so they began.
I didn't go in there.
Oh my gosh, that was. I mean, no light. Can you imagine that?
Mm-hmm.
Then they explored a natural cave that had been 35 feet below the ground by the sinking of the Meffert Lime Rock mine in what is now Merricamp Road, 17th Street. The cave opened up to a maze of tunnels and caverns that unwind. The next and last target was Waldo's Cave, just south of where Days Inn now stands on State Road 200.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Waldo's Cave was well known to locals for its extensive web of confusingly interconnected tunnels.
Mm-hmm. I bet people got lost.
They almost got stuck in there because their torches went out and they had to back out. When the farmer found out about it, he closed it up with concrete.
Yeah.
So I guess you can't go there anymore.
Mm-mm.
And according to this, there's a cave at Brick City Adventure Park on Lake Weir Avenue that's still accessible.
Oh, gosh.
It says the Marion County Parks and Recreation Department has a lock on a gate, and sometimes they open it up for tours.
Oh, how nice. That's a nice moneymaker. They should have it open more than sometimes.
It's called White Cliff Cave.
Oh, nice.
And have you heard about this, Galen, at all?
Gosh.
No.
This is so fascinating. I love this.
All right, so that's the one. Those are the ones in Ocala.
Okay.
And then I would just go through these because I think you're probably going to recognize the names of the ones in this country, but I wanted to do the ones in Florida first. Now, these might be water caves. I think they are. Blue Grotto in Williston. That's a water cave, isn't
Yeah,
it?
sure. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you been there? Do you scuba?
I used to. I haven't in a while, but yeah, I did.
Okay, now
Yeah, I know where Blue Grotto is.
Okay, now Devil's Den, that's also in Williston here. Or is there one? Is there more than one?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No. That's right. I get them confused all the time.
Okay.
So I used to live in Williston.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mistake.
Did you go to school? Oh, after you were out of school?
Yeah, this is before I moved to Maryland.
Oh, a long time ago. Did you like Maryland?
No. I lived there for a year.
There's another one called Florida Caverns State Park. This is a state park.
Where is that? We've not been there.
It's in Mariana,
Georgia.
Florida.
Mariana, Florida.
Mariana, Florida. Yeah.
Where is that, north?
I think so.
Oh, we should go there.
It says there's a 9-hole golf course right by the caverns, or in the park, I should say.
But you can go in the caverns, though, right?
It has public tours. The cavern has rock formations, stalagmites, stalactites, flowstones, soda straws, draperies. I don't even know what those are.
Well, let's go there.
Let's go there.
It's a day trip.
It's a Florida Cavern State Park.
Then
there's Weeki Springs. They call that a cavern.
Oh, I believe that. Sure, where the girls swim.
Sure. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder who decided to put girls in there. You know what we should do with this one?
Somebody who wanted to make money.
Yeah, you know what I saw yesterday, Galen? I saw one of those newspapers that shows you all the people that have been arrested. Who buys this paper?
Yeah, exactly. There is a charge.
There's
to
a
it.
mugshot newspaper. Have you seen this thing?
Well, I know there's one online. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I've seen it like in a store or something.
And so they have one very homely guy with tattoos all over his face and lots of pretty girls. And I'm thinking, okay, so people buy this to look at the pretty girls. But they're all arrested. What are you going to do?
There you go.
Ocala Springs up in the near Tallahassee. That's another one.
Oh, okay.
Another cave. Morrison Springs State Park. Do you know about this one? Morrison Springs State Park?
I haven't heard of that one.
No.
Where's that one? No, that one is in. Is it in Morrison? No.
Morrison?
I don't know where it is. Oh, it's in Ponce de Leon.
Oh.
Morrison Springs State Road Park in Ponce de Leon. And then there's Peacock Springs State Park in Live Oak. There's Jenny Springs in High Springs. There's Warren's Cave up in Alachua County somewhere. Have you been there?
No, I haven't. No, I know where it is.
And then finally is the Leon Sinks Geological Area in Tallahassee. So those are the ones in Florida.
Well, we got to keep that list.
Keep the list.
Because I would like to go there. There are day trips. That would be pretty cool adventures, I think, don't you?
Now, here are the biggies.
Oh, okay.
See if you've been to any of these. In Tennessee, have you been to Ruby Falls?
I know exactly. I passed it last week, or whenever I went to Nashville. Yeah.
Who had the idea to put Ruby Falls on the red tops of birdhouses all over the?
Smart. I don't know. Really smart though, wasn't it?
Very cool advertising.
I think you should give blood on all the birdhouses along like I-75 or something. LifeSouth, give blood.
Right.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it costs a lot of money.
Or either that or live nude girls. I don't know which one would get more attention.
Well, yeah, it's a tricky. You know, we want men and women, and the protests alone could be worth it.
And I've noticed the Cafe Risque signs have been deteriorating, and some are gone. They're not as many as they used to be. Yeah.
Yeah. That's because I don't go there.
Well, I think
I don't
there's
support
only
it.
one left, right?
What happened?
There's only one left, and I think there's only one left.
One Cafe Risque.
Yeah, I know the one in Stark closed down. So
Stark had a Cafe Risque.
Yesterday.
Wow.
Of course, it's all for truckers.
That's what they say. Poor truckers. What a reputation they got, huh?
Well, there's just a lot of them,
So why would
truckers on the road.
Why would a trucker be more attracted to naked women than a radio guy?
I have no idea. There's just a lot of them.
Than a blood guy.
They pass by them, and
why would
that's a fair question.
All right.
Anonymity, I guess.
Ruby Falls is in Chattanooga. There's a 145-foot underground waterfall near Lookout Mountain. And it's called Ruby Falls because they shine a bright red light on the water.
Oh, my gosh.
It's not really red. It's just they make it look red, right?
Gosh.
All right.
Whatever it takes to make $1.
Golly.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, I got very interested in the FSS a few years ago, the Florida Speleological Society.
Uh-huh.
And the upland rift goes from Gainesville through Ocala, and that's where most of the caves are. And the thing is, this FSS, they open these for trail through there, and it's sort of an educational thing, and they've reclaimed a lot of them that had been vandalized and ruined. There's one in north of Williston called Bat Cave, and originally somebody had put a school bus in it.
Oh, wow.
Down the entranceway, and since then they pulled that out and they put in a spiral staircase with 35 steps. I know because Milo and I climbed it several times.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're all family friendly, and sometimes they'll take them through for free or for a small amount. They'll take Cub Scouts through or, groups. But the ones that are there, the one that's there over by St. John Lutheran, it's pretty much underneath that nursing home over there. There are places where you have to really crawl, but you can always get around. There's one that I think Robin was talking about. You had to go down on a rope. If that's what I'm thinking about. It's off of Route 200 past the Millen, and that's just a short little climb down on a rope with a lot of help. But after that, the rooms are very big, and you just go from one room to the other. I mean, they're really fascinating.
That would be my burial place. If I went down that rope, that would be the end of me.
Well, for all the other ones, you can just walk in. They've got stairways or steps, or just, But it's you should try doing that. It's just I got very involved with it. It was a lot of fun.
A stairway down into a cave sounds like a subway. That's in my mind's eye. That's what it sounds like.
They're pretty open up, though. I mean, you'd enjoy it. You have the helmets. They provide those and the lights, and you wear knee pads and gloves and maybe shoulder pads. But it was fun.
Thank you. Yeah, that does sound very good. Thank you for the information. Wow, from Gainesville to Ocala. That's a long way.
Nice.
Imagine, thank you. Imagine crawling through that, Galen, from Gainesville to Ocala. That's a long way.
35 miles.
I hate driving it. I'm not crawling it.
I'm telling you, if I went down that rope, you might as well just cover me up. I could get down the rope. I wouldn't be able to get back up, and then I'd be saying, "Robin, can you help me?" You were a good friend.
Gee, I would never do that. Never ever desert.
All right. Wow.
Desert you. Never ever.
All right, let me find another one that's relatively close. Here's one. In, let's see. Virginia, Luray Caverns. Have you ever been there?
I have.
No.
No, it's in
years ago.
I have not.
Shenandoah Valley. I like that name, Shenandoah Valley.
It's the Blue Ridge Parkway area, all that stuff up there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a place called Giants Hall. It's got a big old opening, yeah.
Yeah.
A 10-story high rock formation. Whoa.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty amazing.
That's huge.
Well, that makes sense why Robin's been there, because she likes hanging out with giants.
All right, here's another one. Let's see if I have any in Wisconsin. I don't see one in Wisconsin, Robin.
That's okay.
Here's another one in Tennessee, Craighead Caverns. Home to America's largest underground lake, the Lost Sea.
Nice.
Whoa, have you heard of this?
No.
Craighead.
I'm not a big cave guy. Apparently, I need to catch up.
Where is that? Where is that? Craighead Caverns?
It's in Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
I love how you're like, you haven't heard of this?
Yeah, save this list. I'm planning a trip.
Well, I just thought, you travel all the time in Tennessee.
No, I go there like once every 3 years. Yeah.
By the way, Ruby Falls every time she trips on a stalagmite. There's Mammoth Cave in Kentucky. Have you heard of this one?
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. You've been to a lot of caves.
Yeah, not that many.
Mammoth Cave National Park is home for more than 400 miles of passageways. It's the world's largest known cave system, huh?
That doesn't. Caves don't. People die in caves. There's no sandy beaches in a cave. There's no sun.
Yeah, but
if that was your reason for not going someplace, you would never drive on the interstate. People die on the interstate.
I agree. I wouldn't drive if I didn't have to.
Yeah, well.
But the big caves, like Mammoth Cave and Luray Caverns, they're tours, so you're not let out on your own. So they have the guides and your tours. They count the people when they come back.
there's a lot of better things to do in Kentucky.
They count the people when you come back.
They do.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. One of the places I remember in the Catskills in New York was Howe Caverns near Cobleskill.
Okay. Is it fun?
Yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. Okay. Have a good morning, everybody.
All right, thank you.
Nice.
Well, I was... Everybody has got a cave.
I know, this is great. I love this.
I think I remember there was a cave in Rainbow Lakes Estates I heard about. I don't.
Did you go see it?
No, I couldn't find it. I heard there was a cave.
I'm sure there's one or two man caves in Rainbow Springs.
in the book, the Denell and Boomtown of the 1890s. In that book, it talks about a town on Lake Bonneville in Rainbow Lakes Estates called Parkersville. And I said, whoa, there was a town on this lake. So I went walking, looking for the town, like any remnants, like, an old fireplace or something. Somebody's fork or a spoon or something. I couldn't find anything. I went over there. It's like, well, whoever lived in this town took everything when they left.
So there are houses around the lake now, though, aren't there?
Not
around Lake Bonneville?
This was the 70s, so I have no idea what's there now. So,
Galen, he's suppressing his laugh.
Every once in a while, I find a topic that just doesn't interest Galen at all.
It's not that it doesn't interest me. I just, I don't have anything to offer.
Yeah, you do. You got, the caves in Ocala.
What do I got?
Have you ever been to Scott Springs next to the Paddock Mall?
No.
Well, that's a cave.
Yeah, but you can't go in it legally.
You're not allowed to,
legally.
but you can, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
And they say it goes under the mall here. They say you can go underneath the mall.
See, but why would I want to do that?
If you're a Hogan's Heroes fan, you want to go through tunnels.
But there was a real purpose for them. They were trying to escape Nazis.
Escape Nazis. All right. So how long are you in Savannah for? Just a day?
I'm leaving. Yeah, I'm leaving today.
All right. Well, be careful. Where's the Budmobile today?
Hey, today we're at Lake Waldena. See, I'd much rather go to Lake Waldena than any cave.
Oh, nice. East 40.
Yeah, it's going to be cold out there with all the bikers and everything else, but yeah, we're looking forward to it. Should be a great day.
Yeah, you get a lot of response from the bikers.
All right, go donate blood. Apparently, when cows fall into caves, they don't come back up; they die.
No, that should be an example for all of us.
All right, Gail, be careful up there. Thank you for what you do. Donate blood, everybody.
All right, bye, all.
Bye. We'll be right back.
Well, hello there. Danny Boy here, and I've been suffering from some bad luck lately. I've been sick and weak, and I've even been falling, don't you know? But now I've got to look at the Irish. I'm choosing Palm Garden for my rehab. I may not find a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but I'm lucky to be getting my health back with a wee bit of help from Palm Garden, what gets me home fast. Really, really fast. Visit Palm Garden, located at the corner of Southwest 27th Avenue and 34th Street, right here in Ocala, don't you know?
The sound of the bat cracking, the crowd cheering, the smell of overpriced but tasty hot dogs. Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. The physicist and best-selling author Stephen Hawking died. He was 76, spending most of his adult life with Lou Gehrig's disease in a wheelchair communicating through a computer.
He was diagnosed with the condition at 21 and given just 2 years to live, but he ignored this bleak prognosis. Despite his incredible discoveries around black holes and relativity, he once said it wouldn't be much of a universe if it wasn't home to the people you love. His family say he died peacefully at home, and they'll miss him forever.
Sky News correspondent Joe Tidy. The Democrat Connor Lamb is ahead in a special House election in Pennsylvania with some absentee ballots still being counted. Rick Zaccone's the Republican, and Fox's Chad Pergram reports.
This is a district that, based on what we saw in the 2016 election results when President Trump won the district by 20 points, carried Pennsylvania, ought to be a layup.
Lamb declared victory in a speech to supporters. Zaccone has not conceded. Fox News. We report, you decide.
When you're hiring, you don't want to sort through dozens of irrelevant resumes. You want a short list of qualified candidates. That's why you need Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions. Then zero in on qualified candidates using an intuitive online dashboard. Daryl is hired with Indeed.
Nothing has been this simple, this easy, and this effective.
Discover why 3 million businesses use Indeed for hiring. Post a job today at Indeed.com/hire. Search for greatness. Search Indeed.
Pros in the know start with Lowe's, because Lowe's saves pros money every day. And this week, we're saving pros even more during our Pro Spring Black Friday event. Look for special savings on the tool brands you trust and the building supplies you need. Plus, save 5% on every purchase every day when you use your Lowe's Business Credit Card. So, Pro, now that you know, let's get started. See the Lowe's Pro Desk for more details. Offer subject to credit approval. Can't be combined with other credit offers. Exclusions apply. U.S. only.
In this moment, who has your back? Do you know the name of your insurance agent? Does your agent know your name? Or would you call a 1-800 number that connects you to who? Another state? Another country? Get a local independent insurance agent with Auto Owners Insurance. Someone you can call when bad stuff happens. In this moment, get an agent who will protect you in that moment. Visit George Mangan Insurance in Ocala today at manganinsurance.com.
The NFL alumni is sponsoring a Clays for Kids, a sporting event to benefit the Marion County Champions for Champions. The event will take place at the Robinson Ranch in Ingles, Florida
on Saturday, April 7th.
Call 427-0950 for detailed information. The NFL alumni will provide gift bags, breakfast, lunch, prizes, and drawings throughout the day. Call 427-0950 for detailed information on the Clay for Kids sporting event hosted by the NFL alumni.
The sound of the bat cracking, the crowd cheering, the smell of overpriced but tasty hot dogs, the memories that will last a lifetime of your first baseball game with Little Johnny. Your team wins. It was a great night until you get home. It's 9 p.m. and your wife says you have no water.
We have no water.
What do you do?
What do you do?
Rule number 1, don't panic. Remain calm. Okay, that's 2 rules.
We don't have time for jokes, funny man.
Okay, think back. On the way home, you heard a radio commercial.
Mike's got plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Eureka. You saved